Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about a powerful utility that we can use in order to reduce our mistakes, errors, bad practices inside our projects. You have probably known the name of TypeScript. It's really famous between some of developers and myself rather to use it if my project is so big, and for big projects definitely you can use a TypeScript, but for the smaller projects it's kind of writing too much code for just a specific task, and maybe it's not beneficial that much. And for smaller projects, I'd rather to use ESLint because it doesn't make me to write too much code, define structures, and blah blah blah. So you can use ESLint for smaller projects and TypeScript for the bigger projects. So for today, we want to go deep in ESLint, how to configure it, and all you need to know about ESLint to have better code structure. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel in order to receive notifications whenever a new tutorial is out there. They are totally free and you can use them. Okay, here is the official website of ESLint. All the documentation are here and you can use them, and it's another plugin that you can use for ESLint. We definitely need to install ESLint plugin extension, inside our VSCode. And even if you are using another IDE, you can definitely find a proper plugin or extension for ESLint, because it's not only for VSCode IDE, but you can use it in most of famous source code editors. And finally, it's the npm package that we will use in order to configure our ESLint. Okay, here I have an empty project. I want to first create it, so let's npm init to see what should we do. Project name, for example, test ESLint, and I don't need all them. Yeah, you can see that we have our package.json file, and I can create a new JavaScript file, and also I need to install the npm package. Just copy it from here and install it. Don't forget to install this dependency as a development dependency, as you can see here. Wait a second, you can see that it will be added inside the development dependencies. And because you don't need ESLint in production, because all features only used when you are developing, and you don't need it at production stage. And another thing that you need to install, as you can see, it's added inside the dev dependencies, ESLint 6.8.0 version. Here inside the extensions, I need to search the ESLint. I believe I installed it before. Yeah, you can see that I've installed it. If you haven't installed it, you can use here a button to, for example, this install button to install it on your VS Code. And for configuring ESLint, you have two options. You can use this ESLint CLI, which is so powerful and easy to use for beginners, or you can define your rules inside the ESLint RC config file. We will get to both of them in this video. Okay, here, for example, let's have a JavaScript code here. For example, let's people, and it's an array, consists of some people inside it, for example, Jack, age 50, or Michael, age 9. Let's copy it. Age 19 and Elizabeth, age 71, and finally John, age 27. And for example, we have a function here, teenager person return person dot age greater than 10, and we have a find condition. First, teenager people, find teenager. Based on the teenager function, it will be find the rows for me, and finally a console.log is enough. First from teenager is first teenager variable. It doesn't matter what kind of code we are writing, we just want to test ESLint in order to have better code structure. And even if you are working in a team, you definitely need to install ESLint, because if you want to have same code format approach, you need to install ESLint or use TypeScript and other features of JavaScript. Okay, I have my file, and in order to config my ESLint, I can use ESLint CLI. Here you can see that to enable my CLI, I can use this command, or maybe sometimes we can use in this way. If we had an error, we can use the full path. ESLint init, it will ask all information from you to check syntax, find problems, and enforce code style. If you are working as a team, this option can be beneficial for you. And it will ask me in what way you want to have our import exports. I rather import export instead of require exports. And if you are using a library, for example ReactJs or VueJS, you can select them, and no, we don't use TypeScript, and your application is gonna run in Node environment or browser. Popular, you can use style guides, for example Airbnb or the Google one. Inspect your JavaScript file, answer a question about your style. For example, it's JavaScript tabs double Unix. Do you require semicolons? Definitely. Oh my god. We got an error. Let's do the process again. Maybe the CLI has an error. React. No. Browser. Use a popular style guide is better. Airbnb is standard than Google. I rather to use Airbnb. It's more famous, I guess. JavaScript. Yes, I need to wait. Would you like to install them now with npm? Yes. In order to use extra rules and in order to use them, you need to install the necessary packages, and it will do all of them for us. As you can see, it will add some dependencies inside our package.json file. Okay, as you can see, these packages are installed by the CLI. Yeah, you can see all of them are added inside the dependencies section. Okay, I don't need the package.json file anymore. You can see that inside the problem section, ESLint is activated, and you can see all the errors or warnings inside it. For example, people is never reassigned, use const instead. You can see that it's gonna be something like a teacher to teach you how better you can write JavaScript codes, and that's why I really recommend to use ESLint for even your smallest projects. And you can see there are too many errors, but maybe sometimes, for example, if I want to have console.log, it will say you that no console. You are not allowed to use console.log inside your projects, but you want to have it. You have two options. You have three options. You can disable it for just this line, or you can disable this rule for entire file, or even you can disable it for your entire project by adding a custom rule here and disabling no console rule. Let's do together how we can do it. For just disabling this in next line, I need to write a comment here, ESLint disable next line, and here I need to write rule name. You can see all the rule names here, or let's remove it. No console, you can see the name of rule here. No console. You can see that it's disappeared, but we also have a spaced comment. It's another rule that says that if you want to write a comment, you have to use a space. And for example, if I have another console log, you can see that the warning will come here, but as I said, we can disable it for our entire file using this way. ESLint disable no console. What's the problem? Maybe I need to add it at the top of my file. Why it's not working for this file? ESLint disable no console. Maybe we need to use this way. Yeah, you can see that it's disabled, and we are allowed to use console log inside our file, or we can disable it inside our ESLint rc.js file. Here I need to write name of the rule, no console, and then the value should be off. and you can see that there is no error with our console logs. You also are able to have your ESLint JS file as a JSON file, ESLint rc, yeah, and copy all the elements and paste them, but you have to use JSON syntax inside this file, but there's no any difference between them. You can use whatever you want for the configuration. Let's save it, and to fix the errors, the current errors, you can use a command terminal. You can use ESLint. By using this command, you will see all the errors, and to fix them, you can use --fix, and you see that all the errors and mistakes went, and my file is so clear and good. I also am able to define a configuration in my VS Code in order to do the fix operation for me on save. Whenever I save my file, ESLint automatically fix the file, and it's the easier way. So in order to configure it, you need to have a folder VSCode.VSCode, and inside it settings.js, and it's another JSON file, and you can see that inside the plugin website you are able to use this command to, what's the problem? Oh, it must be JSON, I guess. Yeah. And when I save my file, automatically it will be fixed. The last thing that I want to say about ESLint is that there are too many rules. You can find them inside the rules section of ESLint.org website. All of the rules are here. You are able to use your configurations instead of the default ones, and you can add some rules, for example global require, to here, and for example put always or error or var. Let's enable one rule together to see how we can do it. For example, the camel case rule. Details are here, and all the options that you can use for this rule. For example, I want to add camel case and the error. And inside my file, for example, if I had something like a teenager condition, let's remove the console logs. Don't need it. Here you can see that my ESLint has an error that it's not in camel case, and if I write it in this way, teenager condition, yeah, that error went, but because we haven't used this function, it has an error. But if I use it, it will be fixed. And as I said, you can use unsave to fix, but for some rules like this, you are unable to use auto fix feature. You need to do it yourself. Or let's change another rule codes. For example, this one. And also here you can see that the fix option, autosave, for example, works or not for this rule. As you can see, it will fix some of the problems reported by this rule. Okay, to use this rule, I need to write codes, and I have more options here. First of all, I need to type it, is it an error warning? And then the type of codes, for example, should be double. Let me save it. Yeah, you see that strings must be double quotes, and if I save it, it will fix it automatically for me. Okay guys, as you saw in this video, ESLint is really easy to configure. You can remove all of these sections, for example, the plugins and extend section, because it means that it's gonna use the recommended configuration for React. Maybe you don't want to use them, you can remove them and just use the env and rule section and have your default, your customized rules here, or even you can create some rules inside the ESLint. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel and click on the ring below in order to receive notification whenever a new episode is added. Thank you guys. Bye.